Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Alissa and Jay. Yeah, I think I was facing a duplicate live stream, but yeah, the good news is that today we are having a special occasion. We will have a guest shortly, in about 5 to 10 minutes, and it's a special occasion for us in our channel. We have a guest. Actually, it's the owner of the channel, Alissa. She will be the guest today, and yeah, we are going to celebrate something, so which will be revealed once she joins us. And also we are going to talk about a lot about these two cameras and why I decided to switch to just the Sony rangefinder style cameras. And we'll be talking about this A7CR and the A7C2 cameras a lot today. And also we have something here to discuss and why this is important. So usually the gimbals are something that we use to shoot videos with, but this specific gimbal, DJI RS4 Mini, is super good for photos as well. And I'm excited to talk about how I use this gimbal for photos and how I set it up with these cameras. And yeah, here I also use the A7CR with APS-C lenses, which is like super good. Let's talk everything. So uh, today we will start with the colors, right? So these two cameras, like this is a small sensor camera, this is a APS-C sensor camera, and this is a full frame camera. So look at the size, they are very close. I should say that the A7CR is actually a tiny bit fatter, bulkier on the edge. So the silver color is kind of like deceiving in my opinion. If you look at the back, it's actually kind of really fat. It goes fatter and fatter in the back. So it's a big camera with bigger grip and essentially a much bigger camera with the lens compared to the X100 But in reality, if you put it on top, you can see that the main thing about this camera is actually very close. The thickness of the camera is very close to the A7CR, and this camera is like a complete camera with the lens, and that's how much it is, right? So I want to start with the color of this camera, right? So this one is a camera which can how do I put it? It comes in black and silver color. I chose the silver color because it's actually kind of cool, right? So this is something that I have been eyeing on since its first version, Fujifilm X100 series start, and that camera was like super thin, like half the thickness, and also the lens is like super recessed, I would say. But this one is actually much fatter than the first iteration of the cameras. So the heritage is like there for the Fujifilm X100 series, and it's a very nice camera to have. Especially this one, X106, has a lot of magic properties to it. For example, the lens itself is like super sharp. We all know that the lens can go up to f2. It's a 23mm lens and particularly good for street photos. What it also has is the 40 megapixel inbuilt sensor, and also it has a lot of things going on in terms of videos as well. I try to use it for videos, especially vlogs, using this gimbal right here, DJI RS4 Mini. And I think the autofocus is actually quite good in video mode rather than the photo mode. So I think that's really improved from Fujifilm X-T4. Yeah, so I was super excited when I got this camera. It's like it's got the tally lamp here for videos, and it's got the flash for photos as well. So it's a complete package. And also, if you were to zoom in, the 40 megapixel can crop in a bit further to give you the focal range of 23, I think 35, 50, and 75 millimeters. So these crops are really useful if you're just going to shoot JPEG. And I think using the Fujifilm simulations film simulations in this camera. That's why you would want to buy this Fuji camera in the first place. So you'll be using Fujifilm simulations, film simulations, and you will use JPEG mode a lot. So this is meant for that, right? This is a tiny, tiny camera. So it covers 24 to 70 millimeter range for casual photography. But let's say you want to go a bit serious in photography, right? So this is where the A7CR comes into picture. What this has is like 60 megapixel sensor. So that's like super, super massive amount of data. And also the autofocus is fantastic, like leading top in the class autofocus. And also the color is kind of like copperish. So if you were to see in this range, right? So that's the difference between the X106 and the Sony rangefinder colors. It's a bit more copperish. It's warmer than this very neutral gray color on the X106. So that's what I feel. And definitely both of them are not the same colors. So if I think you can clearly see here. So definitely not the same colors. And that's something that I don't like about this. This one definitely feels plasticky. Still, why did I get this color? Because I already am using a Sony A7C Mark II. So A7C Mark II is also the same body actually. Everything here is the same, but I'm using a black color one. Black color is super, super stealthy. It's super good. And I would prefer the black color, but just to differentiate between these two cameras, when I grab it from the bag, I want to have something obvious on the camera. So I got the A7CR in silver and it looks good, okay-ish. There are a lot of things I don't like about this color scheme, especially when it is like stopping right here. Unlike the Fujifilm goes this thick, right? The silver color is this thick, but the Sony is like stopping halfway there. And it's kind of like, why don't they go a bit further down until this dial is covered? So that's something is like kind of like off-putting for me after looking at this Fujifilm X106 for a long time, right? And also Fujifilm X106 has this amazing viewfinder, which is like a hybrid version of the viewfinder. You have both OVF and EVF on one single viewfinder, which is fantastic. And on this tiny body, we have this joystick as well, which the A7 compact cameras doesn't have. So on one hand, we don't have any of the control dials on the back, unlike the Fuji. And this touchscreen also functions really great. The Sony's is okay, but you don't need to use a lot of touch functions on Sony. So that's what I feel. Yeah, I think that's pretty much is what I want to talk about when it comes to the outer body look and color. I want to talk more about the functionality. Where is it? Yeah. So I want to talk about the functionality. So each of them, both of them actually are quite a bit different. This one is completely manual, right? So we have all these dials on top, which is like really cool to use. I have set it up, both of these, to auto. So for example, this one is like kind of like a T mode is kind of like auto mode, and this one is on the C mode. So basically you set it this way and you can control it through the front and rear dial. So I have set it this one for the ISO and the rear for the shutter speed. So it's super good in that way to control these functions via dials instead of going through all the top knobs. And also the aperture is set on the lens itself, so that's really convenient to use. There's no complaints about the lack of buttons, unlike other professional cameras. I seriously like whatever this camera has to offer. Zero complaints, except one on the lens. I'll come back to that later. Sony, on the other hand, offers a lot of buttons actually, and also the lack of joystick is compensated with how do I put it, the screen touch function. So you can basically autofocus using all the swiping actions. You can just swipe on the subject and then you can get really good autofocus over there. And also on top we have this PSAM dial, and you can also switch between the SNQ, video or photo modes, really convenient. Here we can see there's also a dedicated button, and that's about it, right? It's basically an automatic camera. You can set this camera in auto mode and you can get amazing photos. But here you need to pay a lot more attention to get really good photos. One more thing I like about this Fujifilm X106 is actually the ND filter. It's got like 4 stops internal ND filter. So that's awesome. That's something unique to this camera, and it really helps me to switch on the ND filter when I'm outdoors and just turn it off when I move indoors. And that's like super, super convenient. And it works both in video and photo mode. And that's the best part. I have used the ND filter a lot of times, especially when I'm time lapsing, and the results are great. So you have a ton of versatility when it comes to X106. People often confuse the tiny package that it offers. I mean, the physical wise, just because it's tiny, people might think that it doesn't offer a lot of features, but it's jam packed with a ton of features, and this might be my desert island camera. This is all I need, but I want to go a bit further, right? I want to stretch my capacity a bit further, so I went ahead and got my A7CR. So this one is especially good when it, with the 61 megapixel sensor, which can also be used as the APS-C camera with the APS-C lenses. So where does it shine is in the video department. In the video department, especially if you're vlogging, what happens is that you need to go really wide, but you cannot handhold wide angle lenses, especially for the full frame, for a long period of time. And that's where these APS-C lenses come into picture. Once you mount it and put this camera on 4K 60 frames per second, you get 1.2 times crop, which already is like covering the black bars pretty much like entirely. I think the video is upside down. Should I change it? Okay, I'll do it this way. So the the black bars is pretty much eliminated with the 1.2x crop with the 4K 60 frames per second full frame. And on top of that, if you were to use the clear image zoom and increase the crop to an additional 1.1%, I think 1.1x, then you completely remove the black circle around the APS-C lens. So that's something really good, especially with this 15 millimeter lens. And that's very, very impressive. You get this amazing bokeh with this f1.4, and that's where this camera really shines in the versatility to use it as both an APS-C and a full frame camera. So how do I find it so far? It's just been a day since I purchased it, so I haven't done any serious project with it, but I did use it for time lapsing, and it was fantastic. I will show the time lapsing in the dedicated video that I'll be making shortly, and you can expect a lot of videos that are going to be coming in the future days. Like in April, probably I will release a lot of videos on these two cameras because they are really, really good. And yeah, if you were to keep it side by side, like you can even see the height to be very similar. Very, very similar height. So I would say just even if you get like either of these cameras, you wouldn't go wrong. And just looking at it, like these cameras just are inspiring me to go ahead and take photos. And on top of that, you don't need to get like something like A7CR if you're not a wildlife photographer. All right, so now it's the time where I introduce the owner of the channel from whom I hijacked it and started to make all this review content. She's here. Welcome, Alissa. Yeah.
Oh,
So
hi.
today is her birthday. We are like in 30 seconds, probably in like 40 seconds. We're gonna she's gonna turn 31 and we are
It's
like
almost
super
midnight here.
yeah, we are super excited to celebrate with you guys and no one's there apparently in the live stream. But
It's okay. Later, later.
anyway, yeah.
I mean, we have
I
different time zones as well, so it's
I
okay.
accidentally chose the wrong time for this live stream because we were busy throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this is the only slot I had. But yeah, we will celebrate her birthday here. So, in
Mm-hmm.
like
I look
probably
forward to it.
5 seconds.
Oh, it's
Three.
midnight.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. 31. So, how do you feel turning 31?
not as old as when I turned 30,
Mm-hmm.
because 30 is like a new decade, right? Like a milestone in life.
Yeah.
So 31 is like more of a beginning of
Mm.
the decade still, so it's okay. Still feeling young,
Mm.
still good.
Okay.
And I look forward to life. Yeah, more of life. So
Yeah, more content,
yeah.
yeah, more probably visibility in the internet.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to definitely uploading more content, whether it's camera related or travel vlogs. Yeah, there will definitely be more travel vlogs. Not only because we are gonna travel more, but also because yeah, we have a lot of backlog. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, a lot of things from past travels that we have yet to upload. Yeah, we've just been busy with a lot of things. So yeah,
All right.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned,
Yeah.
guys. Stay tuned.
All right. So back to Jay, who's
Mhm.
owning this live stream. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah.
Enjoy.
See you in like probably 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we are back again. Okay, let me switch. Let me switch to the screen. Yeah. All right. So one more thing when it comes to A7CR and the A7C2 is actually the strap that it comes with. Sorry, strap that they come with. So A7CR has like a thicker strap and more convenient. Like we know that the A7CR comes with the bottom base plate to securely hold the camera with your pinky. But this one is actually like too much. They could have given the same strap for both these cameras, but apparently they did not. For A7CR, they considered the people who will own this camera to be like more professional, so they gave some thicker strap with R like highlighted here. But when it comes to A7C Mark II, they probably thought like, hey, okay, these guys are amateurs, so they don't need like thicker straps. They won't hang around with the camera a lot, so they gave thinner straps. And there's not even any single padding. There's no leather, nothing. It's just like nylon. So I'm not too happy about these straps. I wouldn't use these straps anyway. So that's something to talk about. The straps, just disregard Sony straps. They are really, really bad. I love the strap that came with the Fujifilm X-T4. Very well padded, and there's even this X106 did not come with such a strap. So it's a bummer with all these new cameras, disregarding the quality of straps. But anyway, let's not digress too much on that. And also, you can see here the horseshoe cover is not of the same color, but here X106 has this horseshoe cover with very same color. So yeah, to differentiate this, like I can just swap the horseshoe cover and then I can show you. If you think both Sony and X106 are of the same color, this is how I can show that they're not. So you can clearly see the difference. So the Sony camera is a bit more copper color and the Fuji camera is a lot silver. And also, interestingly, the Sony, since the Sony has the, what do you call that, as smart shoe, it has some sort of recess here for the cover, which you don't get it. So this recess, you don't get it on the Fuji ones because the Fuji hot shoe is not a smart shoe. So that's the difference. So if you were to put some hot shoe thing, make sure that you have some sort of recess to that so that it doesn't spoil or damage the pins on top of the smart shoe. All right. I hope I did not. Yeah, I hope I did not spoil it. Yeah, or damage it. But anyway, I just want to keep it that way so that yeah. Also, when it comes to these cameras, right? These are very convenient to put it on a gimbal, and we are gonna shortly talk about the gimbal. So, um, so when we talk about the gimbal, right? Here I have something called quick coupler. I think it's like too technical. I think it's called quick release or quick coupler, however you want to call it. So it comes with a base plate. It's a set, basically. This is the mount that can be mounted on top of the Arca Swiss mounts, whatever it is, like whether it can be like a fluid head, you have a ball head, it can be mounted anywhere. And I already have it mounted on top of this DJI, right? So here we can see, let me zoom out a bit. I think until 24, it's good to go. Yeah, so here we have the DJI gimbal that is mounted with the quick coupler, sorry, quick release. And it has a few functions here. So this quick release base plate can be installed in the bottom of the cameras. So for this, I want to show you the A7CR as an example. I haven't set it up. I usually use the A7C2 for this purpose, but for this video, I want to explain using the A7CR. So once I set up this hot shoe mount, I'll just push it back, and I have this Falcam thing. Okay, guys, so first of all, this is a live stream, okay? Everything is real time. There's no cuts or edits. It's all just real time, so you need to strap up and make time for all these things, right? So there are a few things this gimbal is gonna do, and I want to show you how it's all done, right? So first of all, I don't have any other camera view, so it's all going to be like top view. I cannot show the screen of the gimbal, so please forgive me. All right, so once this is set up, we all know that quick release is pretty simple, and I'm gonna put it here. So it just locks right there, and it looks something like this. Okay, so it looks something like this. This is all like locked off, so it is not gonna fall down. So this gimbal in that way is like super good. I don't want to touch my keyboard quite often, so oops, it's panicking. It's really panicking. I'm sorry. Yeah, I set the gimbal for like track my head, so it's gonna track me, but once I place anything in front of me, it's panicking. So oh yeah, I just realized I mounted the camera in the reverse direction, so I will change it now. And it's pretty simple, right? Just like mount it. Now is the time that you need to actually adjust these things, right? So first of all, I want to remove this thing right here. This is an additional handle that comes with it. You can see here, yeah, this is the additional handle that comes with the NATO rail attachment. We will use it later, actually. And now with this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna balance it. So how do we balance it? First of all, we need to release the locks, right? So I think I have explained this in a different video, but anyway, I'm happy to explain it now here as well. I want to put it in this mode for easy balancing, right? So I unlocked and locked it into a different position. Now I'm gonna use this to unlock this part, and it's like this, right? It's falling off the gravity. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually this tiny lever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen this up first, and I'm gonna scroll. Like if I move this, the camera is gonna move forward. So here, probably you can see it's gonna slowly move forward. Now it's like almost balanced. Just move back a bit. It's falling back. Yeah, now it's almost balanced, but it's tiny bit front heavy. So what I'm gonna do is once I'm locked, it's gonna be like pretty much balanced. Yeah, it stays in position, right? Almost stays in position. So this is something what we want. Once it's done, you move to the next level. You unlock this part, and you're gonna move this one. Unlock this one as well, and move it a bit further inside so it doesn't fall the other way. Just because I'm not in a position, it's doing all the trickery on me right now. So once it is balanced, just lock it. It's pretty well locked, right? Now I have to unlock this part. So it's balanced to this level. And now the next step is the bottom part. So unlock this. Since the center of gravity is around the same level, it's not going to cause too much damage to the motors, right? So with this set, I can quickly turn on the gimbal. So this is the on button here, right here. I'm going to turn it on. It's not going to move because all the cameras, all the, the axis motors are doing a great job. So yeah. Now the next part is to calibrate. So once you turn it on, you can just click on the calibrate, and when you turn on the calibrate, it's gonna make sure there's a required voltage is given to all of these motors to make it work, to see if it is working or not. Now it's estimating how much it need to give, and once it settles upon a value, it's gonna finalize the calibration, and now it's almost calibrated. Yeah, it's all testing. It's super nice. It's everything is automatic. Once calibrated, it's done. That's it. It's super, super nice. And let's talk about the tracking, right? So once calibrated, now it's not in the tracking mode, and so you're not able to see. So here, I think I can just show you this way. Right, so you're able to see me. I'm here, and this camera DJI is tracking me right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it further away. So here, what we have is the gimbal, right? All I need to do is show my hands. It went into the tracking mode. And if I'm moving left, it's gonna track me. Both the gimbals are tracking me right now. So this is like super, super cool, I would say. And I can stay here and I can talk. One more thing you could do is actually you can maybe just bring it a tiny bit down. So while it's being tracked, we can reframe it. So this is the max it's reframing. And now if I have to show you, I'll show you right here. So below, right? So since it's in the, how do I put it? The tracker is right here on the top corner, right? This is the one that's tracking me right now. And if I want to reframe it, I just need to move the joystick here so that it reframes. If I want to reset, I can double click, it resets. I can show my hand, and now it's started to track me. So if I want to reframe, I can just go ahead and reframe this. This is pretty cool. I don't know why it is not working now probably a different mode. Okay, it doesn't work in the FPV mode. It works in both PTZ and it works both in PTZ and the other modes. So it's super cool. I like it. I love it actually. It's not, I haven't turned on the camera so you cannot see me basically, but this is how it looks. Um, yeah, I pretty much will be using the 15 millimeter f1.4 lens, especially when I'm vlogging, and it's like it feels lighter than it should actually weigh. So it weighs about 900 grams, but it feels like it's like probably like 500 grams, and especially with this lens. This lens is like how much is it? Like 300, not 300, 200, 215 or 5 grams. Combine that with this camera that's like 400 something grams. Sorry, 515 grams with the battery, the SD card, and etc. And these two combined with the gimbal weight, it's like 1,500 grams. And with 1,500 grams, like 1.5 kgs, this is a really good compact package, I would say, especially for vlogging. And especially when you have a gimbal that tracks you all the time, it doesn't cause fatigue at all. So super duper convenient, I would say. And that's why I like to use this camera setup, right? Yeah, that's the main reason. I don't know how many people are gonna watch until this part of the video. So the main reason why I decided to get this camera is because there's no such camera that exists in the market or at this weight. So let me explain this way. So I will just stop it, double press, it's stopped. I'm gonna lock it now. Super duper simple. I can disassemble this just by removing it, and I can keep the gimbal aside. So there are two more things I want to talk before we end the live stream. One is the weight. So when we talk about the compact cameras, the weight is the reason why you would want to buy any of these. So I have here X106. I have A7CR, and I have A7C2. Three cameras for three different purposes. I will be carrying all of these for a combined weight of probably not more than 5 or 7 kgs, depending on the hike or depending on the situation, what I need, right? So this is, let me just move it this way. Yeah, this probably is the entire camera setup that I might need for a very long time, especially for travel, hiking, whatever, casual, or even for YouTube videos. This one doesn't overheat. Like, imagine this body, right? This body can create content at 60 frames per second and doesn't overheat. That's mind blowing. So these are the things, right? The weight is the key factor why you would want to go or choose the compact cameras, and also the experience that these cameras give you, the inspiration that these cameras give you is super, super good. As the saying says, as the saying goes, the camera that stays with you the most are the ones that you tend to use. So if you're not going to carry these cameras, you're not going to get some awesome images, right? So to carry the camera, you should be able to carry those cameras, and these cameras are definitely something that you will be carrying all the time. And that's the thing. Weight is the important factor why you would want to choose something like this. Also, even though there aren't many compact lenses today, I believe that there will be more compact lenses coming up for these cameras, especially I'm seeing the way the world is moving. We have Panasonic S9 as well, which is like super compact, and they're coming up with some random disposable lenses, which is definitely not something that attracts me. These are like fully functional cameras, and I believe that these will get their lenses as well someday. Not today, but someday. So, with that said, I think I want to move to the next part of the topic, that is using the gimbal with these cameras. So, it's super easy to actually pair this gimbal with the Sony. It's just like pairing uh, any phone with a computer, or pairing earphones or headphones like earbuds, Bluetooth earbuds with a computer. So it's like super simple to pair the Sony camera with the DJI gimbal. And so once you do that, you can control your camera wirelessly with the DJI gimbal, and that's really nice. So this package is like completely mind blowing. And the second part is the app. Actually, once you have done it, right? Let me try to show you the app. So once you have done it, you open the app. There's something called Create. So if you go to the Create space, look at these. I think I can show it to you this way. So this is what are the options that's there in the Create. You can do time lapse, you can do panorama, you can track, you can do a lot more things with this DJI gimbal. So I was trying the random time lapse thing. So if you can see here, I can map the position of the camera. And once I map it, it will follow through the axis. So you don't need something like Arsenal, or you don't need anything like Arsenal. So everything that you want to do with an additional device, this gimbal does for you, especially for photos. And that's something super, super impressive in my opinion. And I was really considering buying an Arsenal so that I can use some creative techniques to capture photos. But after buying this gimbal, it's like a two-in-one solution for me. It helps me create amazing travel content, and also it is acting as a photo assist tool. So tools are basically the ones that that should support you, and I think these are the most basic, and the how do I put it? These are the only tools you might need for your video and photo purpose for a very long time if you were to own any of them. Like you can just have this and create such content, or you can have two of them, or you can have all of them and create amazing content. So that's great. The compact cameras are the way to go, just because you can carry them everywhere. We are not professionals, right? Like we are like enthusiasts, and for enthusiasts, this is more than sufficient. If you're a professional who need like a dual card slot, you need like tons of buffer. And if you're a wildlife guy, definitely go for something bigger that can handle a lot of buffer. Definitely don't go for the A7CR. But I'm not a professional. I'm not into wildlife as much. I love to shoot wildlife, but not as much as I'm not doing it right now. Not as much as I used to do. I used to own a D500 with the telelens, the 200 to 500 f5.6 lens, and I don't own it anymore because I couldn't carry it for a long time. It's not hand holdable. I need to carry a monopod or a tripod, and then I need to carry everything together for a long time. And so, for the time being, I'm just putting it on hold, and I'm focusing on, settling up with the gear that helps me create the travel content, and also enables me to do such videos in the channel. So yeah, we'll be coming up with a lot of comparison videos and why you need to get any of these. And yeah, there's a lot more to talk about these cameras, and these cameras as a tool, these cameras as inspirational uh, subjects, these cameras as something that might interest you to go out, take you away from your everyday life, and should indulge yourself in photography, creating art, and those kind of things. So I will talk about all of these in the next upcoming video. A lot more content is gonna come, and thank you for tuning into this live stream if you have done it, and if you are like watching this as a video, thank you for watching the video. Until next time, peace. But before that, yeah, just if you're watching the video like more than half of the video duration, please comment down below. Happy birthday, Alissa. It would be very sweet of you. And also, I have this live stream coming up every weekend sometime, probably at nighttime Thailand. If you're in the US or Canada, it will be Saturday or Sunday early morning. So that's about it. We'll be meeting you next weekend with a new content, new topic. Thank you for watching the video. Peace.